and this is video number 6 in my series called Introduction to CodeIgniter. What I'll be talking about in this video is URLs, mod rewrite, and URIs. We're also going to do some page linking, things like that, so let's get started. First, I want to talk about a little bit of the theory and logic behind URLs and URIs and how we reference them. What you see here is I'm calling, when I actually just reference the folder that my CodeIgniter application is in, it'll run the default controller and it'll run the index function of that controller. In this case, it's running the index function of my default controller, which is site, and then the index function is calling another function called home. So, as a result, showing a view, and there you have it. However, if we want to actually reference directly the controller and the function, we do it like this right now. We go index.php/site/home, right? And as you can see here, when I reference this index.php/site/home, it is actually directly calling this controller and then this function. If I was to change this to index and call the index function in the site controller, it would do the same thing because the index function loads the home function. What I want to do here, though, I'm going to create another function and another page called about, so you can pretend here that we've got actually 2 pages here, almost like a site. We're going to load view. Going to load view underscore about, save it, and then go into our views, create a new file here, call it view underscore about.php, open it up, and we're going to go into view underscore home, control A, control C, copy all the text here, and paste it here. And then I'm just going to change some of this so that we can tell that we're on the about page. Wonderful. And for title, why don't we quickly go ahead and give these guys the appropriate titles as well. So now you can see if I go into save it, and if I go into my browser, I can go index. Oh, what's going on? I had this little parentheses there, so I'll save it, reload. Excellent. I'm just pressing F5. If you guys don't see me clicking anything, that's a shortcut to refresh the browser. Here we have index, we can go home, and we can also go about. And then I'm on the about page. Wonderful. Now say I want to link in between both of these views, and actually, I'll just show you what I mean. Make an anchor tag with an href of index.php/site/home, control D to copy that to the next line. We'll go about and about. Now I'm actually going to put this on both of my views, copy that, put it on this view as well. So now I should have some page linking back and forth between right now I'm just going to do it this way. I forgot that we don't actually have the URL helper, and I'm not going to get into that quite yet, so we're going to delete actually all of this. So right now it's only going to refresh this page. We'll go about, home, about, home. And we're actually linking between the 2 pages now. But as you can tell, this index.php is still in there, and it's still really ugly, and it kind of, wouldn't it look nicer if it just wasn't there? If that's actually what the URL looked like? That's possible in CodeIgniter, and I'm going to show you how to do that in this video. That's the whole point of this video, is just to show you how nice it would be if that were You know what I mean. Okay, so what we do is we go to codeigniter.com/wiki/mod_rewrite. You can also Google this. Just go to Google, type in mod_rewrite CodeIgniter. So the first link shows up right there. Okay. What we need to, first thing we need to do is we'll copy all of this text right here. Control C. And then we're going to go into the root directory of our CodeIgniter application, which is CI_intro. You'll see application and system. And here we want to create a new file, call it .htaccess. Open it up and paste that code. The next thing we want to do is for rewrite base. We want to, unless you're in the root directory, unless you install CodeIgniter into the root directory of your web server or your local server, you can leave this blank. But if you're like me and you actually put it in a folder and you kind of kept it organized, like for me, you can see I put it in CI_intro, right? I put it, it's not in the root folder of my local server. I need to actually type or put in CI. I need to tell the .htaccess file that so that it knows that when it's trying to get rid of that index.html, index.php, or else it won't work. So I'll put CI_intro in here. Make sure that's within slashes. And if it was in like another folder, you would just continue this just like that, right? So we save that. Another thing you want to watch out for is if you're you need to make sure that the rewrite module is turned on if you're on your local Apache server. So for me, I'll move this down here a little bit. Pop this open and I'll show you what I mean. For me, this is web server 2.2, so I just mouse up to Apache, go to Apache modules, and then go all the way to the bottom, which I'm already there, and then rewrite_module. That is turned on. If it's not, just go ahead and turn it on for yourself. And then the last thing, put this back up here, like a boss. The last thing I have to do is go into config, the application config folder. You're going to open up config, and then yours will look like this, index.php. What you need to do to make this work is just delete everything inside of this index page variable that config is storing. You'll save this page, and now if we go to our project here, start linking back and forth, it'll still work, but we can actually get rid of this index.php. Not save. And now we'll actually be doing this for every single project that I will ever teach you ever about CodeIgniter. So get used to doing this. And that's it for this video. Thanks for watching.